What is going on, baby? What's going on? Welcome back to another live stream edition of Truckin' Truth with your boy Aaron Hamilton. Okay, and I know I just did a live stream video earlier today. Okay, and I'm kind of like been going ham with the live feed, but hey, you know what? A lot has happened in the last couple of hours since the last live stream. I just figured I'll show it to y'all. Like I'll tell it to y'all. What is up, Golden Child? Oh, you in my channel. What's up? Welcome to my world. What's going on? The Truck and Truth with Aaron Hamilton right here. I got another one. I got two people. Hey, let's build. Hey, I just wanted to say happy late birthday. I appreciate that. I'm the big 29. I'm getting old, people. I'm getting old. All right. So y'all already know this is the Truck and Truth channel, but I had I have to be able to basically come at you. I got some stuff to tell you. I appreciate that, GC. Appreciate it. All right. Basically, in the last couple of hours, I ended up delivering my load, which y'all already seen that video. While I was in the process of delivering my load, I came over here to Mount Vernon, Indiana, which is southern Indiana, not too far from Kentucky, Indiana border. That's a nice little spot. It's really a nice little spot. For those who ain't never been over here, I definitely got something to tell y'all. So I'm over here. I picked up another load of shingles that's going to Tampa, Florida, man. Pretty good rate on 700 miles. But let me tell y'all what my story's been like since I went here. Okay, they got like a series of gates. They got like 6 different entrances and exits. Okay, they have one for shipping, and they also had I believe so. I don't know. I don't really talk to him every day. So I believe so. The last time I talked to him, I think he has. I think he does. I know he's a big gym guy. Like he likes to go into the gym a lot and stuff like that. So I could definitely find out and let you guys know. But yeah, I think my brother does do positive energy. You know what I'm saying? But however, so I'm over here trying to check in and get loaded. And I went through the right but wrong gate. Like it was the inbound gate to get loaded, the shipping gate, and you're supposed to scale in. And you got to get on, and I'm going to turn the radio off in case I say something. But you got to go in and you got to get on the scale. So I was at the wrong scale. So there's a security guard shack at the outbound scale. Okay, so which I got on the radio, and I figured everything out. So he started acting rude, like, cause I'm trying to figure out, okay, where do I go? So he goes gate 4, and he's acting rude. Okay, it's my first time here. I don't know nothing. All right. So, I finally get around. I leave. I go to gate 4 where I'm supposed to go. I get in there and I let them know the first time, like, look, man, I really don't appreciate the way you're talking to me. And I'm being professional because that's the best way to go. Be professional at all times and I'm going to get to the until part. Okay, now I got paperwork, and this is not the check-in paperwork. This is actually pack and slip my bill later. I got paperwork of it where it says what I'm supposed to get and what I'm supposed to do with it, right? I'm supposed to get a total of 14 pallets. 14. Okay, so he calls the guys down there, tells me where to go after I check in and wait in and stuff. So I go there. Well, the guys loaded my truck. You don't get out of your truck here. So the guys loaded my truck, and then I have to go way out. So then I get back on the radio because I literally had a question that I forgot to ask, and it was a little bit of me basically being a little frustrated from so far how my experience has been since I've been here. Okay, so I noticed that my flatbed was flat. Okay, and it's a brand new flatbed, and when you've been driving a flatbed for a while and you understand that when your flatbed is flat or it starts to like do what my hand is doing, belly in, you're overweight. Okay, and I got a half a tank of fuel, and I'm basically almost overweight, which is you can kind of tell that's what it is. So I get onto the scale. I'm 79,900 pounds. So I asked him if we can do an axle weight. The guy's being a utterly jerk to me for some whatever reason, just being a jerk. Okay, so that's fine. So now I go axle in and I look at it. My trailer, my axles on my trailer are really light. So I did an axle weight on my drives. I'm really heavy on my drives. I'm 34,980 pounds on my drives, which I'm glad I did it because I don't want another overweight ticket, right? So then I go back to the back, and this time the forklift operators finally allowed me to get out of my truck. So the forklift operators allowed me to get in my truck. So I hurried up and did a quick pallet count. And guess what? I found out I had two extra big ass pallets on my damn trailer that wasn't supposed to be on there. All because I told the fat guy in the security office that I didn't appreciate the way he's treating me. Okay? So here's the thing. So they ended up taking the two pallets off, adjusting my load. Now I'm 73,000 pounds and I'm 28,000 pounds on my drives, and I'm even lighter on my trailer, which is awesome. So now the guy's still acting rude with me. So now I'm doing another set of axle weights just to make sure I'm legal. And he's just getting rude. Wouldn't give me my doggone gross weight when I'm finally on the axle so I could figure out the weight on my steers, which I'm legal. Uh, so once I went in that building and I let him have it. Now, let me describe the security guard to you. I'm going to get to the ELDs in a minute, okay? But I just want to get this off my chest because this is the funny part, okay? This guy that got rude with me is huge. Okay, now I'm fat. Okay, I'm fat. I'm fat as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I don't need no breathing treatment though, or I don't need no CPAP machine because I don't have to get tested just yet. But I'm fat. I can recognize I'm fat. And when I'm fat and I need to lose weight, which I'm working out, that's why I came over to the flatbed. Quit smoking, quit drinking soda, always drink water. It's gonna help me lose weight. Plus, I've been taking my micro pills. But this guy is fat, bastard fat. Okay, big. Like he's 2 pounds away from winning the national championship of sumo wrestling. Okay, I'm sorry. He, yes, he fluffy. I'm not fluffy. That motherfucker fluffy. Okay, now this is now where I'm at the point where I'm pissed off. See, I don't like to get pissed off because I'm liable to say shit out of my mouth I don't really mean. Okay, this guy, this guy's big. Okay, this guy's huge. All right. Now, I don't mean to talk bad about him, but this is the funny part. So I go in there and I let him know, look, I don't appreciate the way you've been treating me since I stepped foot here on this here property. Okay? I said, you gave me two extra pallets for whatever reason. I kind of think it's because I told you I didn't like the way you treated me the first time, but whatever. So this guy offers an apology, which I accept all apologies. Even if it's fake fucking apologies, I accept all apologies. But this guy offered me apologies and then began to start giving me an excuse why he's acting so ugly. Okay? This guy, I can't make this up. This guy picks up a box of fucking chicken from KFC. Okay? A box of chicken from KFC. And then says, I've only had 2 bites. Mother, then my mouth, because the one thing I cannot stand, okay, for those who, you know, is just tuning in and those who are just kind of getting to know me a little bit because I've only had this channel for 5 months. Okay, I do not like excuses. I hate excuses. I hate when people make excuses to doing things that they don't have to do or being in situations they don't have to be in. Okay, I hate excuses. Excuses are the reason why people can never advance in life. I don't care what you're trying to go after. I don't care where you're going towards. Excuses are just something I can't stand. So when he started offering that, yes, it is finger licking good. I love KFC, but I'm trying to do this whole vegetarian thing. It ain't really working out for me. But again, I'm trying. All right. But this guy is blaming the fact that he only had 2 bites of chicken while he's being an asshole. Okay, so this is what I said. I don't care if you had a bite of chicken or a nibble at a fucking Twinkie. The exact words. or buy the chicken, or nibble at a damn Twinkie. It don't give you no damn excuse to sit here and be a dick to everybody you got to talk to. So they just kept going on, and I kept interrupting them like, I don't care because I don't care what the excuse is. I don't care what the excuse is. I said I'm definitely going to tell the broker, let the broker know that I haven't enjoyed my experience here, and then you guys try to load me overweight for whatever reason, and you've been addicting me the whole entire time I've been here. I said I don't know if you're racist. I don't know if you're just unhappy because you're fat. I don't know, but you shouldn't be taking your stress out on me if I didn't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always tell y'all one of the best things to practice when you're building a business, especially when you got to deal with brokers, especially when you're a representative of one of your companies. Look, you company drivers out there, or whether you're working for an owner operator or a small fleet or that's leased on to a carrier, you guys are the faces of whatever carrier. Even though I'm leased on to a carrier and I own my own truck and I own my own trailer, okay, I'm not only do I represent A&S Freight Express, which is my company that I own, that I'm trying to build, but I also am the representative and a face of the company I'm leased on to. Okay, so to be honest, that's why being professional is the best way to go. I don't care what anyone says. Being professional is the best way to go. You can handle any issue almost until you get pissed off. Like really, when you're not provoked, that's the only time things can change. Because then you at least got a fighting way out of it. But being professional is always the way to go. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know if you guys know Golden Child, but if y'all don't, y'all need to go check him out. Dude got his own authority. All right. If I worked for Golden Child as an owner operator, and I'm pretty sure if I just went to any establishment, any customer that he sent me to, right, as an owner operator, all right. In other words, I'm just contracted to him, whether I'm his company driver or I'm contracted to Golden Child as an owner operator. If I go to any of his customers, just being a dick to anybody, being rude to anybody, especially with no damn reason or not a good enough reason, I'm pretty sure the moment he hears about it, he will probably fire me. And he has every right to do so. Because I embarrassed his brand, I embarrassed him. Okay? But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if he's fat, then he needs to eat. He needs to find time to eat, take an insulin shot, something. But he don't need to be a dick towards me because I didn't do nothing to him. There's no excuse. All right, so I just gotta get that off my chest. All right. And then I got something else funny. Can I tell them about yesterday? Yesterday we was in Gary, Indiana, right? She goes, my wife, she's in the truck with me. Y'all can't see her, I'm sorry. But she goes in to use the restroom at the petrol. There she is. That's my baby. All right. And as she's in the restroom, we getting ready to go take a shower. So there's this bench. All right. This is a real story. Now I know I'm fat. Okay. I know I'm fat. You don't have to tell me I'm fat. And when people tell me I'm fat, I'm like, that's for stating the obvious. I already knew that. You know what I'm saying? The stuff don't get me down. I know I'm fat. But I hate feeling like I'm fat. You trust me, listen to what I'm saying. I know I'm fat, but I don't feel fat. Okay? I just hate feeling like I'm fat. I know I'm fat. I just don't feel fat. I hate feeling like I'm fat. Y'all feeling me? So I go to sit down on this bench to wait on her to get done in the restroom because she wants to take 4 years. In there, I'm not going to tell y'all what she was doing. I just hope she wiped. But waiting on her to get out of the restroom so we can get a shower. So I'll go to sit down on this bench. And it's a metal bench on a cement tile type of floor. And the bench goes, "Er." Like literally the bench tried to take off on me. Like it tried to run away. I caught it though. I caught the bench though. I caught the bench though. Couldn't get nowhere. I sat on that. But it was like it was afraid of me because I was fat. Talk about feeling fat at that moment. But y'all see how I just did that? I took something stupid. You know what I'm saying? I I took something stupid and I really just turned it into something positive, and that's what people need to do. All right, so let's get into the essence of this video. 15 minutes later, man. So what's going on? I got 3 people watching. I got 2 likes. I wonder how come I ain't got 3 likes. If there's 3, y'all, there should be 3 likes. All right, and if you guys are, like my stuff, or definitely appreciate the content I'm putting out there, hey man, definitely continue to keep commenting. And hey man, I don't I don't particularly hang around kids. It's not my age group. I'm 29, man. I like hanging around people my age. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, you can want to leave. All right. The thing is, if y'all like my content and stuff, and you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Please definitely subscribe. Hit the notification bell so every time I go live or I drop a video, which I got a couple in the working now, I just got to put together. You guys will definitely be the first to be notified, and y'all can always stay tuned and locked into what I over here at Truckin' Truth got to bring to y'all. All right, so let's get into the whole ELD mandate and stuff. I had a comment on my last live stream because I was actually talking to a safety director on the live stream, and I can't even remember the name. It's Diablo. I'm actually subscribed to him. What's going on? Yeah, yeah. Talking to him about an ELD, and I got a comment on that ELD, basically saying why we shouldn't use keep trucking and how to basically. Can you type that out again? It's I know it's Spanish, I think, and I'm not. It's been a long time since I read Spanish, so it's kind of. But you guys seen him commenting. He done commented the name. So if you guys see it, scroll up. He's even got his own channel. So if you guys understand, yes, Dial Dalvan Inc. Dalvan Inc. I don't think that's Spanish. Just Dalvan Inc. Dalvan. All right. But anyway, yeah, we could, but he's got to be open up to it. Yeah, so yeah, my bad, sir. I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? Rosetta Stone ain't been my friend yet, so I'm gonna give me some Rosetta Stone. That was just regular English, and I can't even read regular English. But anyway, she left a comment because we was talking about keep trucking, and to me, I recommend keep trucking, especially if you're an owner operator that is with the first off, let me say it like this. If you're an owner operator, whether you're getting paid cost per or cents or dollars per mile, running per mile, or you're running per percentage, if you're with the carrier that you're leased on with a carrier that's going with a certain ELD, you have to use their system, okay, by the mandate. You can't like they can't have like 4 or 5 different systems. All right, they all have to be integrated into the same system. So everybody's going to be on the same ELD per that particular company. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is for the carriers or even small fleets that have or operate underneath their own authority, okay, which I don't operate underneath mine yet, but it's something I'm working towards. So next year around about this time, A&S Freight Express will be a go, hopefully. And if not, I'll keep, building my company the way I've been doing as of right now. Uh, but however, no matter if you're a small carrier and you haven't switched over to ELD and you're still concerned about costs and prices, okay, I recommend keep trucking because it's only $20 per unit per month. Okay. Now, if you're for owner operators, think about the ELDs you use, whether it's PeopleNet, Omnitrax, Qualcomm. They range about $20 to $50 a week from the carrier. That's put into your expenses. So when you're looking at the cost of it, keep trucking is cheaper. Now, the person that commented on this, she said, and I don't want to get her name wrong, that's why I ain't saying her name. Uh, but if she's here, she's here, and you can leave a comment or something. But she said, basically you want to get what you pay for with the ELDs. And she also brought up a very good point in this, and I'm going to bring that up in a minute. All right, all right. You basically get what you pay for, right? And I agree with that to an extent. All right, I know there's a lot of things that you can do that is cheaper, but it's also better than the name brand thing. Okay, so whether like for shoes, to me, I got a pair of Walmart tennis shoes on because it's cheaper, but to me, it's also better than for me to get these Walmart shoes than like a name brand shoe, like a pair of Jordans to wear out here on a truck with me. You understand what I'm saying? So with that in mind, you also got to look at, your individual needs and what's better. Now, for some people, Omnitrax is the way to go. From some carriers, PeopleNet is the way to go. For some carriers, Qualcomm is the way to go. There's even, what's that, J&J Keller, J Keller, or whatever it's called, that does the e-log too. Randy McNally does e-logs to some companies. Those are the way to go. All right. And in some retrospect, you are going to get what you pay for. All right, and in that type of world. Now she brought up this thing like PeopleNet, Qualcomm, and even Omnitrax. Well, I don't like Omnitrax. Omnitrax is like the Sprint. All right, let me say that again. It's like the Sprint version of ELDs, where PeopleNet is like Verizon and Qualcomm is like AT&T. So there's a different level and quality of service. So PeopleNet is definitely one of the better ELOs out there, but they're also one of, hey Jennifer, that's her. That's what I'm talking about. PeopleNet is one of the better ELD uh, packages you're going to get, but you're going to spend an arm and a leg. And I really want you to pay attention to this, Jennifer. All right. Here's why I am still suggesting keep trucking. All right, not only is keep trucking, $20 a month per truck. Okay, you get a little thing that you got to plug in, just like with every ELD service that you got to plug in. That reads your computer, that has a little GPS in it, and another black box that you stick. That you stick either on your dash or in somewhere in your basically your windshield, so that way it can get the GPS signal from outside. Okay, so follow along with what I'm going to say, because everything's going to tie in a minute. So how I just said, PeopleNet in the ELD world offers the best service. In other words, you can basically run all 48 states with PeopleNet and don't have to worry about PeopleNet shutting down on you or losing service. I mean, in some areas you're going to hit some dry spots, just like having the Verizon cell phone. Some areas you're going to hit some dry spots, some dead zones, and it's true. Okay, but here is why I recommend keep trucking. So keep trucking has that little GPS, which comes with the app that you download either on your smartphone, which I'm on my smartphone to do this video, or you guys seen my tablet, which I'll go ahead and unplug for y'all real quick. Y'all seen my tablet. Stop it, Kevin. But it also, is an app that you download on your tablet. Okay. So in that little thing that you plug in, as long as that GPS also ties into via Bluetooth to your tablet. So this is how basically it works. Just like a regular ELD, you know how you have to switch from on duty to drive to off duty to sleeper and all of that stuff. It's the same thing. It automatically updates your location whenever wherever you stop or wherever you at or have a change of duty, and it lets everybody know. Once you was to start off in your truck when you got that little box in, keep trucking and all of that will also set off. Like it would also let the truck will basically let the ELD version of the keep trucking let you know when you moved. Okay, now just like an ELD version, if you're in a dead zone, right, and your ELD can't pick up like where it's at, okay, you have to manually stop, Callie. You have to manually excuse me. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? You have to manually put in your location, which is not that hard. All right. And you also have to manually put in your load information. You also have to manually put in whether or not you sleep or whatever. If your ELD kind of has a I don't yeah, I think I used to. That's way back in the day. That's old, man. And I think you are my brother though. Though whoever you are, because I can't see your name. But anyway, but the ELD version the ELD version would work the same exact way with the Keep Trucking app. But here's what makes Keep Trucking just that much more better. Okay, it ties into your cell phone. Okay, and this is why it even becomes more cost effective and why I recommend it even more for the smaller carriers trying to penny pinch, and also for carriers that are just trying to get what they need to get them by. Okay, so that way they're not spending buku mega carrier type of money. Hey, what's up? What's up, HT? What's going on? That's my dude right there. Got a lot of respect for HT. All right, HT Logistics 3434 on the fundamentals talk. Man, what's going on? I got Golden Child in here. I got Big Chris in here. Stephanie in here. I got Serge from Dial Van, in here. So that's awesome. Definitely hit the thumbs up. But look, Keep Trucking ties into your cell phone. You understand what I'm saying? So for the smaller carriers that's not trying to spend mega carrier money, they can look at the type like how they run. Where's the area of operation? See, this is why like for me, Keep Trucking works for me. And I got Sprint of all phones. I got Sprint for my cell phone provider. And for a truck driver, it depends like your area of operation. Now, I tell you, Sprint sucks if I want to try to go to California or if I want to try to go to New York or if I want to try to go anywhere that has to go over and through the mountains. Sprint sucks. Where AT&T and T and Verizon are the better choices clearly. Okay, just like PeopleNet would be the better choice clearly. Okay, but having Keep Trucking, if I want to, as a carrier, if I want to operate and primarily run in all 48 states and never know where I'm going to be, Verizon would be a cell phone service that I would actually get to power Keep Trucking. So therefore, I can still operate and use Keep Trucking. Okay, now me personally, as for me, I basically stay in the Midwest. You understand what I'm saying? I stay in the Midwest and I stay basically in the down south. I don't go really anywhere else. Every now and then I'll go out to California and or Las Vegas or stuff like that. HT, what's going on, babe? Yes, Keep Trucking is the truth. And I'm still using the paper law version too of Keep Trucking. All right. So I use Sprint as my cell phone provider because it saves me money. And because I stay in the Midwest and down south, I hardly ever have drop calls. I hardly ever, yeah, you're right. And basically, in Donna's past, no matter what cell phone service or cell phone coverage, and it doesn't really matter what kind of, where it doesn't really matter what kind of ELD service you got. Almost anything you use there is not going to have service in Donna's past. It's just that's just one of them dead zones that for some reason no one can set up a tower at. All right, but like I said, you can basically get that type of cell phone coverage that's going to benefit your business or going to benefit the carrier. And having to keep trucking that, even if you're that owner operator and the carrier you're leased on to is using keep trucking, that helps you out as an owner operator that's leased on to them. Because I don't have to have Verizon if I know, where I'm staying and I know the lanes where I'm staying. All right. So as fundamental talks, it's always about making money, but it's also about how much money you can keep in your pocket. So Sprint for me does me well because of the lanes I run in. I don't have too many drop calls and stuff like that. So it allows me to save money on my cell phone side for my business, but it also allows me to save money even more just because of the type of ELD I'm going to be using come December. All right. Which I'm using the app now, and I love the app. And the app is amazing. You can ask HT Logistics, keeps you out of hot water if you're still using that the paper version, right? So, but then you brought up another point there, Jennifer, that you sit here and said. You sit here and said, yeah, it definitely saves you money during tax time too, because it's also a tax expense. All right. But Jennifer brought up another point about using like a keep trucking app and stuff, and she said something about having loose sleeve logbooks. Okay. The one thing that has not changed for anybody that's with the carrier right now that has ELD, I've used to work with a carrier that required us to use ELD. You have to have loose sleeve logbooks. regardless. Doesn't mean you have to have your last 8 days in it, but you have to have a loose sleeve in case there's something that goes on with your law books. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay, with that being said, if you're having malfunction or there's something going on with your ELD, you basically are supposed to, fill it out, your log for that day, and then stuff like that. But one thing that is always going to help, especially if you're using the Keep Trucking app or use like your cell phone or your tablet to run the Keep Trucking app, is put a printer in your truck. I keep one in here now. I don't care even if the ELD system comes in here. I'm definitely going to keep my printer in my truck for the simple fact I don't feel like taking my tablet, and even if I wanted to, I could take my tablet inside of a DOT house if he wants to see my logs for the last 8 days, and I can hit inspection mode and show him my last logs for the 8 days, or I can print it off to him and still hand it to him in paper. When you run these, you got these like little flyers that you also, or not little flyers, but little like sheets that tells you how to operate and how to use it. So that way, these bears that actually, or the DOT officers, can actually figure out how to the get into the app. Now, believe it or not, I got also one thing to be able to share with y'all. Just because you're an owner operator, a company driver, or whatever, and you're inside of a truck, does mean you still have your own liberties and rights. The only place inside of your truck, a DOT and a bear, can basically check and search and ask for anything for without you denying. And you have to be compliant. Is right here in the driver's cab. You understand what I just said? Right here in the driver's cab. Your passenger seat, especially if you're a solo driver, your passenger seat and the sleeper are all personal areas, and anyone without a warrant are not allowed to back there unless your company, okay, unless your company, not the owner of your truck, but your company that you're leased to has a different policy about that. Okay, so if someone is in the back of your cab and checking your sleeper for stuff, okay, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you, man. But But they had to have a warrant back there, and that also had to have probable cause to go back there anyway. But as far as to check the rest of your truck for level one, level two, level three inspection, you had to give up that front part right there where the steering wheel is, right there where the seatbelt is, and make sure everything is all in compliance right there because of your dash, because of the pedals, and that's where you work. All right, so a lot of people don't know that, and believe it or not, I didn't find that out until I literally called up OOIDA because I used to be a member with them, which I need to rememberize with OOIDA. They're amazing. All right, and I literally spoke with them for an hour. And if you guys are owner operators, I definitely would try to keep OOIDA inside your back pocket because they can help you as far as getting the right type of paperwork. When you're looking to hire new drivers. Yeah, HT. I was a member with my when I was with my last carrier when I was doing that whole lease purchase stuff, and like I said, I went 4 months, 5 months without out of getting paid. You know what I'm saying? With the last one. So once I came over here, I let a lot of stuff go. And once I came over here, I just been like rebuilding and getting back to where I used to be before I went through that little situation. So that's definitely something I'm going to do is get my membership back and get back into it with that because OIDA is a great resource for all owner operators or even small fleet owners, independent owner operators as well. So with that being said, having the Keep Trucking app, I'm looking to get my authority around next year. I kind of the way I want to build my company is I'm not kind of trying to put all my eggs in one basket. In other words, I'm getting ready to buy another truck to lease on to the carrier I'm already at. So because I'm having such a good run with them, and they're offering to show me, how to dispatch another driver while dispatching myself. So they're willing to sit here and walk the way and still be that financial support crutch for me as I'm still building at the same time. So next year, around this time, you know, probably most likely, if I feel ready to it and she agrees, we're gonna go ahead and just go get our own authority and start bidding on that side as well, and still be leased on with the carrier that we're at, because this carrier, man, I kind of want to continue and keep doing business with these guys. These guys has been nothing. Yeah, I mean, you might having a shipper and a broker, that's good. Make sure, my only recommendation, I know you got it over there. I don't want you to feel like I know more than you or whatever, but I would try to have at least more than one shipper and more than one broker. One of the problems I have when I put all of my eggs in one basket, with trucking, I don't know, you got to drive in, so everything, is probably more consistent with you on your side. Over here with a flatbed, one of the biggest things I have a problem is not the fact that I can't stay consistent, because now I'm doing more stuff on my own, but I do have a problem in staying in consistent markets, if that makes sense. 1 minute still's real hot, the next minute then you got like building products is hot. Next minute you got real good loads going here that's hot, but I don't see anything that is permanent uh on a flatbed side. Like now I'm going to Tampa, Florida. So it's kind of taking me a little bit out of my element. So I'll probably shoot back up towards Alabama because I got a customer right there. So definitely try to utilize more than one broker and more than one shipper, so that way you can stay rolling as much as possible. That's just only my recommendation, but you got it. I'm a big fan of yours. You the one got 12,000 subscribers. I'm just trying to pass knowledge, man. But anyway, as far as it goes with ELD and stuff, I definitely recommend keep trucking. And when you're worried about cell phone coverage and stuff like that, hey, you can always get Verizon if you, depending on how you run. You really just gotta know your business if and how you run. So if you like running all 48 and running wide open and doing all kinds of stuff, Verizon might be better for you. All right, but for me, I primarily stay in the Midwest. I don't and down south, and I know Sprint is definitely good for me. So these are, like I said, these are just my lanes. So I know you said the DLT search is sleeper, but it's just like my iPad, right? My iPad is my iPad. I don't. It's Yes, I got my logbook system on my iPad, but that is all they're allowed to look inside of your iPad. You put it on the logbook inspection mode, and that's all. And that's all. That's all they're allowed to look at. If they look at anything else, whether it's inside of your cab or anything personal on your iPad or logging device and it's personal stuff, they don't have a warrant. Even if they issue a ticket, you can go to court, and I guarantee all any extra charges that wasn't warranted. And you definitely tell them that yeah, they can get under your cab and look for holes. They're not going to look on your floor and find a hole. They get under your cab and look for holes. And if they don't have a warrant to look inside of your personal space, if they do find a hole or they do find anything else and you deny it, say and say, yeah, you can search back there, or you denied them to search back there, all of that stuff that they find, trust me, look, listen, I'm a black guy. I'm going to tell you some black shit, right? All that stuff, all that stuff becomes admissible. You know what I'm saying? And that's a one of the things that DOT definitely always tries to get away with is they think that they get to overpower you. DOT has a limit in their power as well, just like we have a limit in our trucks in our day. You know what I'm saying? But so as far as that goes, always remember that you do have rights as truckers. You do have rights as you do have your liberties. None of that ever changes. You just gotta, just like your business, you got to understand the difference between what's personal and what's business. All right, all of this up here is all operation. Anything that I can't touch and anything that I can't see behind me is all personal. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they got cupboards with locks on it even up front, because it's personal. They can't search that. Okay, just like they can't pull receipts out of your pocket, but they can pull receipts out of that open cupboard right in front of you, or that little cupboard that's down on your dash, or whatever is laying on your dash, because that's all operational. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when I pull into a weigh scale, all of my stuff is in in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't search you, and they cannot search your personal. So even if, like I said, you said that they found a bag full of money inside of your cabin and they left you alone, because they would have known if they would try to confiscate that. That's easy to sit here and take them to court, and then you really would win some big money. Uh, but like I was saying, man, ELD, and your cell phone provider, anything you do in your business, you gotta, the best thing, like I've always said in my videos before, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know your business. You need to know how you operate. You need to know how your business operates, before you make any kind of decisions. Like HT's business and my business, like I said, we're both owner operators. HT, he gets paid 82%. I get paid 88. But at the end of the day, HT is on a dry box. I'm on a flatbed. It's kind of ironic how we do different things, but even at the end of the day, we basically operate with the same mind frame. But he operates his business one way. I may operate mine a tad bit different, but the fundamentals are the same. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to research what you're doing. You don't just make a decision, because that particular decision, whether it's small or big, can have a huge impact. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, HT said it best. On his last, man, your last video, man, cost per mile, get to the money. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I can kind of almost disagree with HT on that video. Not sending no shots, but that's like I said, we both, we're both, a little bit different. We both run our businesses differently. Um, at the end of the day, it's about the revenue, but also at the end of the day, it's how smart you are about getting to that revenue. You know what I'm saying? So I'm worried and I'm interested in my cost per mile as much as I am in as well as getting to the money. So I'm worried about both of those. You know what I'm saying? So to me, they're both equally important. Where he might not be so concerned on the cost per mile. I mean, he is about his average, which we both are about the average, but the cost per mile, he might not be concerned because he's worried about, you know, just getting to the money, because he knows what his break even point is. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he needs to make a day in order to profit and, live or grow his business successfully. So that's the only difference I think I've actually seen from him. But even he's still on point with his video, because at the end of the day, your business has got to generate revenue. And it brings me to my next point. If it's better for you as a business, to stick with Sprint than it is to go with Verizon, then uh, stick with Sprint. You know, but if it's better for you to go ahead and invest with Verizon or invest in people in that, then do that, because it's only going to benefit your company and your pocket and how you see your company in the future and where you want to take it. It's only going to benefit you at the end. So, but everything I'm saying, like I said, especially about Keep Trucking, you guys can call Keep Trucking yourself or visit their website at keeptrucking.com. Not trucking with a ing, but a trucking with a in at the end. So keeptrucking.com, and they got a little contact information. You guys can call to validate or verify my information. Now, I will put this out there. Keep Trucking has said that they're going to up their rates next week or the week after. So if you're going to act on it, keep trucking, I would definitely do so now. And I ain't done mine yet, but I'm getting ready to. So it's definitely going to be better for me to go through with Keep Trucking. And we're going through Keep Trucking anyway, because that is basically where the carrier I'm leased to is the direction they're going, which works out because that's what I wanted to do anyway. Uh, I've been a huge fan of Keep Trucking, ever since I've had Keep Trucking, started using them. It kept me out of a lot of trouble. But I also keep a printer in the back. And like I said, even though they're able to search a trailer, they're able to search a truck, to do a level 1, level 2, level 3 inspection. But anytime that they're dealing with inside of your cab, Jen, they're only allowed, okay, I'm gonna say it again, they're only allowed right here in your operating space. They're not allowed in your personal. Anywhere past. that little magic line that you would see in a bus. You know what I'm saying? That's all personal space. Your passenger side and your glove box is even your personal space. So everything else is all business up here, and it's only up front. So if they want to go check in your sleeper, anything they find in there, it becomes admissible in court. Now, just like cops, DOT officers are also allowed to lie to you. Okay, legally lie to you. They tell you they'll even sit here and write you up on a bogus ticket to say something's wrong with your truck, that you had to go to court, hire an attorney, and fight in order to get it dismissed. Like y'all remember that y'all remember that one video that I dropped where I failed that DL that damn DOT inspection for being overweight. I don't know if y'all seen that, but it was during that 72-hour blitz. All right, that 72-hour blitz, man. Like they definitely lied to me on one thing, because one thing I'm very particular about is getting under my truck. I'm under my truck at least every other day. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to make sure that, especially when my wife is in here, that we're riding as safe as possible. You know what I'm saying? I was under my truck literally that next day. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, you be safe too. Man, don't work too hard at HT. All right. But I was under my truck that next day, and and I was just going over and I was looking. She told me, the officer who inspected me told me that I had rubber lines going to one of my brake chambers, rubbing against each other, and that it was starting to show a little bit of wear in it, and that it wasn't really how you say, starting to show a little wear, but it wasn't torn. It didn't have no signs of leaking, but it wasn't clamped and it wasn't secured away from each other. And there's two rubber hoses. One that 72-hour blitz. No, that was the airline. That one had to be changed. You know what I'm saying? And I got a ticket. I didn't get a ticket for that. I got a warning the whole day, but she basically lied to me. I went down there and I checked all my hoses. There was nothing wrong with anything under my truck. I was also told I had an oil leak by another DOT officer a couple weeks after that, because I failed that first inspection during the blitz. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even leaking oil. Actually, it came from the truck right before me. I thought it was mine. And I checked underneath my truck. You know what I'm saying? All because they want a dollar bill. All because they want you to sit here and say something. So just like what your safety department always tells you, if you're involved in an accident, don't admit guilt. Don't admit anything. And like I said, deny them access. Deny them. There's nothing wrong with you saying, no, you cannot search my personal belongings. You know what I'm saying? That's your Fourth Amendment. No trucking company, no matter what your position is, as long as you're an American citizen, your Fourth Amendment goes right to you. So if you don't want them to search your stuff, tell them not to. And if they decide to, let them, but it becomes admissible in court after that. So, and that's one thing I can say, that why a lot of drivers, they might get tickets, or they might get that's why a lot of people, they get locked up anyway, because they let cops and they let law enforcement run over them because they have some type of fear of them. You ain't gotta be afraid of them. They're just doing their job like we're doing ours. So you ain't gotta be afraid of them. Definitely be respectful to them, but just always remember that. Just always remember that. If you know how, and professionalism, as always, professionalism is key in that too. Whenever you're encountering any DOT, you know. But ELDs to for carriers, it's really each its own. But that's just my thoughts on keep trucking. Keep trucking. It pairs with your cell phone provider. So the better cell phone provider it is going to definitely be better for the ELD. But when you go choose your cell phone provider, you might want to just choose it based on what you need it for. Yeah, I need internet. I need to be able to conduct business, but also I know the lanes I run. So Sprint is better for me than what it would be Verizon because of the cost. And then yeah, I still get dead zones, just like any phone would in certain areas, but for the most part, I'm watching Netflix and chilling. So anyway, hey, shout out to Let's Build. I really think you're my brother, dude. I don't know. But I really thank you, my brother, because you know a little bit, you know a little bit more than what you should, and I don't know a lot of people who know some of the stuff you do. So I do thank you, my brother. Good try, but you ain't a good liar. Like old nickname I used to went by. Yeah, old nickname I used to went by. Also, the dude knows I used to do music. Yes, yes, I used to do music. Used to be a little rapper, but you know I'm outgrown that stage. So yeah, that's him. That's him. He's saying LOL. Cause yeah, cause he's talking about my brother doing positive energy and stuff like that. Stuff that ain't ever that no one's ever said to me. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Love you too. So yeah, man. I hope you guys, if you guys are, yeah, he said it's me. Yeah, bad liar. Tell my nieces and my nephew I said hi. So and tell Shy I said what's up too, man. But if you guys, if this is your first time to my channel and you guys honestly like the content that I'm giving you, you know, please subscribe. When you grab your authorities, shippers, or your golden nugget. Direct customers are definitely the golden nugget. Direct customers are definitely the golden nugget. All right, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Things change so fast in trucking. Things change so fast in trucking. Just like y'all heard HT say he got himself a shipper and a broker that he can deal with. All right, now what happens if that shipper slows down? Then what is he going to do? He's going to have to resort back to a low board, which there ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to go to a more of a stabilization route, which is by gaining direct customers, you want to try to have, especially having 1 to 2 trucks or 1 to 5 trucks even operating under you. Always try to have more than one shipper. You know what I'm saying? And the key to do that is when you got one shipper, don't sit here and try to. I'm gonna give y'all a shipper for a flatbed. All right, not a lot of people know this. Nucor. You can basically sign up to Nucor as a carrier, and they'll basically accept you as long as you have the insurance that they require. Okay, Nucor deals with a lot of different carriers. I don't have to sit here and agree to a large amount of loads, and I don't have to sit here and run a certain number of loads to be able to keep me in their system. You understand what I'm saying? Because you just go onto their website, you look at their available loads. Um, you know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate that. Uh, you don't want to just you want to just be able to do enough work of what your business can handle until you're ready to expand to be able to do more. So having that one shipper, you might have to agree to do 50 loads a month. And for one guy, for one truck, that might be too much. So I got Nucor where I can do enough loads just to be able to keep me busy. And then when I got another prominent customer, which I got one in the works right now that I'm still working out deals with, uh, that's only going to allow me to ship or haul loads for them 1 to 2 times a month. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to find enough work that's going to keep me busy from direct customers so I can build that trade, that business trade. So that means when I haul a load for them, they have basically 30 days to pay me. And then when they pay me, I can sit here and set up them trade lines. You understand what I'm saying? I can set up them trade lines on for my business and build my business credit as well as they're building theirs. And then it shows IRS and it shows taxes that this is an income stream. This is an income stream. So it builds that trade line. So and when you build in trade lines, it just makes you look better as a company and a positive as well. So always try to find people that wants to help you start, but not overdo it where it's killing you. You know what I'm saying? Because the moment you agree to do some many amount of loads and then you don't hold your end up with a bargain, that's just gonna hurt you as a business. And you don't and one of the best things about business is the reputation you build. You don't want to do anything that's going to hurt your reputation. That's why when I was talking to Dialvan, Serge from Dialvan earlier about what do you do if you got a driver that's driving for you, that's the face of your company, and he's like that little fat tard that I was talking about earlier that's just being a dick for no reason. and being an asshole for no reason and really unprofessional. What do you do? Do you just keep him or do you fire him? Because he's the face of your company. Reputation is going to be the key, especially on the paper trail. You understand what I'm saying? Especially on the paper trail. So you don't want to overdo your customers, and you don't want to overdo yourself. You don't want to overload yourself in the beginning. It's different when you're about the size of, like size maybe 50 trucks a month. You can kind of overdo it and kind of overstep your bounds and pass the work off to other small carriers or whatever to help them. You understand what I mean? But direct customers are definitely the way to go. So how I'm going to do it is basically two ways. I'm going to give y'all how my little business plan. Okay, is I'm basically next year I'm looking to buy my next truck. What, in about a month or two? About a month or two, because we're actually looking for a driver that's actually, lives not too far from us, and because we already got a yard there, and that's willing to stay out 2 to 3 weeks at a time, and that's willing to do the work and start help us with our Amazon Prime account, right? So we're looking for a driver actually right now for that, and but it's through the company that we're leased to. And again, I'm not giving no names to the company I'm leased to because I just don't need no drama or whatever. Cause reputation, you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to do is put 5 trucks on with that reputation. Okay, even though my bank account looking good and I can fund myself, even if I was to go full authority right now. All right, I can sit here and still have an income stream coming in, okay, to help fund my other truck. Once I go buy that sixth truck, I'm going to put it under my own authority. So under my own authority, the customers that I'm accumulating over here and setting up, I can start moving to under my own authority. Now, a lot of people don't know this, that once you go get your authority, you're not nothing. Nobody's going to look at you. Nobody's going to really mess with you after you go get your own authority because you got to have time in to build up a safety rating. All right, like even like brokers and stuff like that are not going to mess with you as a carrier. There's going to be some out there, but you're going to be taking more of a risk dealing with them because they might be new brokers. They ain't got no credit rating, right? But nobody's really going to deal with you as a carrier because you don't have no safety out there, like no safety reviews or nothing until about your first 6 months. If you go 6 months without one incident, without one report or whatever, your safety rating jumps up, and then you want to start having more business. So that's another thing that you also got to pay attention to. It's going to be harder to run. So as I'm trying to build that, I still got 5 trucks that's out here making money. You know what I'm saying? While I'm running that sixth truck, basically taking the harder route to try to establish my company from this side after you get your authority. Not a lot of people look at that. Not a lot of people understand that. So that's a jewel that I just passed to y'all right here on live stream. Okay, so once you get your authority, the building don't stop. Reputation, like I said, has got to be made. And then even after you hit your first milestone with your safety rating going up and then them trade lines coming in, all right, it's still you don't want to do too much that's going to basically drive you crazy and drive your business into the ground because of that reputation. Okay, no business wants to do business with another business if they don't have a good reputation. Like when I deal with brokers, if I'm sitting working with a broker or brokerage company I've never heard of, we first look at the credit rating. Okay, and most of the credit ratings are scored between an A and an F. A 99 is an A, an 88 is a B. I try to stay in the age range. And we also look at the days to pay, the average days to pay, and when is the last time they paid a carrier, which in the last 30 days, I'm going to give an exact date. And if these guys are like paying on time, and 29 days to pay, 30 days to pay, even though you can use a factoring company, this, that, and the third, their credit rating has still got to be an A, not a B, D, or F, or anything like that. It's got to be an A, so that way we can ensure that we're going to get paid, that so we want to deal with a reputable company. We want to deal with a reputable company. And if we're going to deal with a reputable company, We got to be a reputable company ourselves. That makes sense? So hopefully that's a little jewel. I'm giving y'all a lot of information today, and I'm only supposed to talk about ELD. And you said you're at the gym. I don't. Hold on. Said you're at the gym, bro. Got to get it in. Keep talking and true. Talk to you later. Collab in the future. Yes. Yeah. Well, enjoy gym workout. I'm gonna go do my workout by throwing some straps and closing my eyes. 'Cause I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like I said, if you guys like this content, please give me a thumbs up. Comment after I'm done with the live stream. Comment or even comment on some of my other videos. Let me know what y'all be thinking. And if this is your first time here and you like the content and the information that I'm giving you, definitely subscribe. Hit the notification bell so every time I decide to go live or I drop a video, which I got a couple in the works. Okay, I got a couple in the works, so stay tuned. You guys will definitely be notified. So you gotta hit the little bell. All right. And if y'all don't hit the little bell, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all catch it one day, a year down the road. All right. I don't care if y'all heard it over there. I don't care if y'all heard it over there. But over here, I'm only gonna give y'all the mother trucking truth. Nothing more, nothing less. And as always, man, I hope everybody enjoyed their day. Even with the BS I had to deal with, I definitely enjoyed mine. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Other than that, I hope everybody's staying safe, having fun, and just living life, man. Life is too short to give a crap about bullshit. So just keep living life.